tomorrow, same time, same place. I've been Trent McGrath. Peace out, guys. Yep.
Bye, Trent.
Nova Charlie, how are you?
Not Nova.
Alright, I'm gonna step away, Beardie. Yep, I will be back. You're warned.
We kind of expected that, didn't we?
Joshua, welcome back!
Alright, Joshua. Ooh. Nova Charlie's tailing you off now. Had long enough to think about it. Joshua says he assumes it's going to be a biodome construction. He does want to talk to you. He gets like out of track basically when he starts building. You're building an orange?
I do want to talk to you guys. I'm ever so sorry. I had my mic off.
Really?
I don't know how that happened because I swear I had. You can hear me because you're on TeamSpeak. But sorry guys, I've been saying all sorts and nobody's listened to a word I said because I had it muted. I unmuted that. I swear I did. I wonder if there's a shortcut key like set up in OBS that just muted it. Sorry guys, welcome to my stream. I have been saying hello to you guys and talking lovely things and answering questions and stuff, but it seems I've been talking to myself. Oh, and to Adam. Adam, come on mate. You can hear me because you're on TeamSpeak
as well.
I don't know, you can't get stuff. So, yes. Okay, let's start again. This is my Mars build. Part 2. Welcome guys, coming over to the from Trent stream as well. Yeah, this is going to be a HQ basically. I've got Persistent World that I'm setting up, hopefully to go live end of January, beginning of February. Server based. Don't know the details on how many people are going to join yet, but we'll have numerous teams. There'll be like a hierarchy in each team, so leaders and so on and so forth, military, scouts, people that work, that kind of thing. We'll have our own groups, there'll be a website backing it, and it's all going to tie into this server game, where it's a persistent universe. It lives 24/7, real time, true survival, all realistic sizes, that kind of stuff. So it's a real team building experience, and there will be various events that happen within the time scale, wars, trading issues, that kind of stuff. And this is basically going to be a trading outpost, a no man's land where people can come, we can have talks, trading. It's a part of the storyline basically, and it's an example of the sort of thing you can build. Obviously this won't be built in survival because if it did it would take forever, but it's an example of the sort of things you can do with teamwork. You could build something to this kind of scale, and it's just a breathtaking bit to come to really. So yeah, it's not a biodome, Joshua, it's just literally a donut ring around the outside that's got no oxygen in it. It will just stay unpressurized. It will have a large door on each access, so we've got where's the sun gone? Here we go. So north, that's right, north is over here, so this is going to be the north door into the ring. There'll be a north door there, then you've got your east, south and west. This dome itself won't have any air in it, but there will be an airlock just there, and then it should be pressurized from here downwards. There'll be a little airlock either side here and there for a smaller tunnel to go off to the smaller buildings. Airlock here into the main building in the centre, which I'm about to start building now. This will be the outside of this building in the middle, so I'm going to have another one of these tunnels up to it obviously. I may actually shift the length of these and make a tunnel in the middle. We'll see how it goes. But this is where I'm building the outskirts of this. I'm going to start under here. By the way, if anybody's interested in taking part in this, oops, hit me mic. If anybody's interested in taking part in this persistent world, do make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I will be announcing a supporting website where people can sign up, show their interest, and we can start getting chatting with features we'd like, things you'd like to be taken in, and also start queuing up, you know, your ability to be in it. Because obviously I'm going to have to make sure I'm not getting any trolls on board, because I don't want the whole thing being ruined by some idiot that wants to mess everything up for everybody else. There will be rules, it's a kind of role-play scenario, it's survival based, it will be a case of building your own stuff and helping other people. You'll have your own homes that you'll build in your base, lock it all down to your own so nobody else can get in your front door, have your own vehicles, make sure you've got power and things because you'll need to sleep in a cryo when you leave the game to get on about your real life, that when you come back into the game at any time you want, day or night, you can join in and you'll be there. Daylight settings will be 24 hours, so if you're coming in the night time in the game it'll be dark, if it's daytime it'll be light. Real world, real scenario, persistent world, it'll be awesome. I just want people that are going to play it properly, not mess around.
He's got a question for you.
I want to be on there and I want to play at another team than you. You don't want to be in my team, Nova. Well, I'll let you know, I'm not actually going to be a team, I've decided. It wouldn't be fair for one, and also because I want to obviously use this persistent server in various ways on my YouTube channel. When we have these bigger events like wars or trading scenarios or something, I'd like to be able to like film it, you know, put it onto YouTube, advertise what's going on, you know, make it people in the game, you know, public on YouTube, show it off sort of thing. Some people on their team may want to have a build underground that nobody sees. They might want to keep it secret. Now, I'll have the ability through the server to view anybody's stuff and effectively cheat, and as everyone knows, you've got the ability to cheat, chances are you will. So I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I don't want to sort of be in a situation where I can't manage the server correctly because I can't risk finding something out about another team. It wouldn't be fair, and to be honest, with this build I'm doing now, I like this build I'm doing, and I feel there needs to be a central point, a no man's land kind of setup. And this is what this is. This is going to be the neutral ground. This is the trading post. This is I called it the Galaxy Alliance kind of thing. I don't know what I'm actually going to call it, but it's kind of like a governing body for the universe. And obviously those are in it. So those of you that live on the Earth, those of you that live on Mars as well, or live on the alien planet, or on a moon even, you could live on the moon. You know, this is where discussions are held. Maybe you'll send a diplomat or your top person to come and talk. You'd land on a special pad and make your way in from a different route from your enemy maybe, and have talks and that kind of thing. We're part of the game, you know?
Yeah, you're saying so team build via roleplay is okay?
Team build, well obviously you'd... I'm making a supporting website, so once we've decided how many teams we're going to have, we'll set up like a placeholder for them on the website, and once we've decided who the leader of each team is going to be, whether it's a team, a clan, a nation, whatever we're going to call it, once that's been dictated who's the leader, it's then up to them to start taking on their staff, the team, building a team. There'll be obviously an application form on the website for each team who you want to join. You can make up your description for your team, what you plan to do, your ethos, that kind of stuff, and it'll be up to people that, whoever out there with a subscriber of mine or out on the channel, to make an application to be on that team, and just go from there. Really see sort of how many hours they play with Space Engineers, that kind of thing. We'll probably have some kind of team balancing as well. So to be accepted onto a team, you know, we've got to make sure the team balances are fairly even on experience, that kind of thing. Really, there's a lot to be done. Really, still, yeah, a lot of deciding decisions to be made, and that's why when I get the website running to back up this idea, I'd like to get people on board. Pretty much straight away. So I'm gonna have a little sign up form, people to sign up. I'll email you all when there's any changes being made or any ideas, any discussion groups, that kind of thing. There'll be a forum on there, people to post their ideas, and then there'll actually also be a forum that has decisions that have been made and they're going to go ahead, so people know, rules page, that kind of thing, you know. And also the website is also actually going to be a major part of the game. I'm actually looking currently into a way of making the web page be able to come into the game. It's difficult, but via the server I can bring up information on screen. So if something quite big happens in the game, something's like a war's declared or something, it will actually then come up on everybody's screen, so you know. I would also really like, something I'm really liking the idea of, is actually forcing the use of the in-game chat system, whether it be oral using your mic and speakers or typing, because there's something there in Space Engineers that no one seems to want to use, because they want to use TeamSpeak, and you wouldn't really be able to talk to someone on the other side of your base unless you had a radio system with them, and that's what Space Engineers does. If you've got antenna, you can then obviously do that radio system. And I've just noticed I've only got symmetry on one axis.
I was about to say, but I was letting you finish talking.
That's a real pain. Oh no, it's there.
Not building. You've got one way, not the other.
It's there though, look. You can see what it's doing.
Is it because you're building underground? No, it can't be.
I think it is, because we're on place.
No, you were building underground yesterday.
That is strange. We shall finish this ring off then and see what happens. I think it is something to do with building underground, because it can't place the block, it's too far underground, so it doesn't. But if I place it in this view manually, it will. That's going to be what it is. We'll be alright in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nova, if you actually had your own team, you could call it Nova Corp. Obviously that's if you're elected to be a leader, mate. You do have early standing though. You'll say use even on my own vlog. You're one of the firsts. So yeah, but obviously we want to give chance to other people that then just come along as well. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, it might be that we have multiple persistent worlds, so we don't know yet. We're still obviously looking into what the servers can do. I would love to have at least like 4, 5, 6 teams. But it really does depend on how the server testing goes. So far it's looking pretty good. I mean, the game has got suddenly a lot more stable than it used to be. Obviously it's still got its fair share of problems and new problems, but it's definitely coming on and getting better. Despite Trent's optimism. That's what you call it.
Let's say when he's not here.
But you know what? I want to have some fun with this game and bring something to the table that no one else seems to have done yet, and I know I can do it, and I will, and I plan to, and I think we've got the numbers, we've got enough people already on my Beardie subscribers. I think we can have some fun with this. It could be pretty big, and it's the early birds, those that get in, that are going to have the most fun, because there'll be a time when there'll be a waiting list for people wanting to join, and we'll have to then make more and more persistent worlds. There'll be lots of different universes running alongside. Maybe combine universes at some point, you know, bring clans across to other clans. Could even call it a dimensional thing. But yeah, I think it's a lot that could be done there. It's a big plan, and it could be good. But we need to build some more on top of these, which probably won't go too well. Let's carry on.
But if you start outer ground.
Sorry?
It should if you start outer ground and work your way in. That's what you was pretty much doing last time.
Yeah. I've got this foundation one in place at the moment, so that's pretty good for... Oh, you know, something else I need to do. Before I forget, I need to fill this in as the ground. This needs to be the floor. So let's give that a go. Hopefully.
11 watching.
11 watching. Well, welcome all 11 to the stream. That's hoping to be a visually very pleasing build. I'm looking forward to when it gets dark. I mean, I've got the daylight settings currently on 24 hours, so it's realistic daylight savings. I do love it when the sun starts to set on Mars. It looks pretty amazing. That should be towards later on the stream, and then hopefully the next stream we'll do, we should have some darkness, but by then hopefully we'll have some lights in this thing and we can really start to look at what it looks like at night. I would like this to look really nice on the landscape. Okay, there we go. We're all good there now. Okay, let's get this together. So yeah, if anybody's got any ideas for the persistent universe, for the setup, whether we should call them clans, nations, groups, no, let's get the terminology correct. Let's start getting some input now on this one, because lots to get planning. Obviously once we've got the website, it'll help to have actually somewhere to store this kind of information. But it's not far off now. We'll have that coming very soon. But anyone got any input now that want to give us? Go ahead, let's have a chat about it. We've got plenty of building to be getting on with here, so we can watch the building whilst we have a good chat about it.
Brent says worlds.
Worlds. So instead of clans, we call them worlds.
That's where it says organisations.
Organisations make sense, yeah, because you could have more than one on a planet, I guess. Ideally, I don't want people to be constantly fighting with each other. You know, we need to be getting on. You're trying to survive for one. You know, you shouldn't be starting a fight with someone straight away. The only reason you have war with someone is because you're bored, which you shouldn't be because it's survival, or because you need something and you can't trade to get it, so you want to steal. So that's kind of why you'd have a war, because you want something that somebody else has got.
It says cooperations.
Corporations. I think that's the wrong. Corporations is when you cooperate with someone. It's not. I think you might have translated that from German to English quite slightly wrong. Corporations is when you cooperate with someone. Oh, you might mean corporations. That's I think what you mean. Corporations, yeah.
Just spelled wrong.
Yeah, corporation, like we have Lynx Corp and you want Nova Corp, that kind of thing. So yeah, corporations is probably the way of doing it. I mean, you want to call yours Nova Corp, so yeah, corporation. Call whatever you want, really. Is at the end of the day, you're like a tribe kind of thing, isn't it? You've got your own tribe, you have your own installations you're going to build.
Yeah, autocorrect.
Yeah, autocorrect, yeah.
Damn you.
I need to start changing it slightly. I'm just trying to keep in mind on how high I'm building this because I want to start tapering it in soon. Might actually. See, I'm thinking. I think 10 per group would be a nice number. We may possibly come down as low as 6. I don't want to go any lower than 6 because I think 6 people on a team, you need a lot of teamwork. But I mean, ultimately, eventually, you want to build something like to this kind of scale. And in survival, that's a lot of hard work. But the more people you've got in your team, the easier it gets. But you ultimately also need to work as a team. You need to have a plan. You need to decide, dictate who can have what, who lives where, who does what, and everyone's going to be happy doing that. Because there's no point doing it. You know, you've all got to have a place to be happy with what you're doing. It's not like playing football and you know you pick the last person to be on your team. Everyone's got to have a role and they're happy doing that role. I think I better double check what I'm doing here. Yep, that's good. I'm still on target. I might change. That's the same level as that at the moment. I think this might be the last level of these blocks. Hello. Rapid placement of blocks here. Oh, big neck. But my fingers are giving up on me from last night's build.
Christ. Do the base.
So yeah, when you've got your corporation, group, whatever you want to call it, obviously it's up to you to decide how you're going to develop your group. You've got to make sure you can survive. Any possible eventuality. You've got the survival aspect whereby you need to make sure you've got oxygen if you need it, uranium, make sure you're getting your ores. If there's an ore you can't find, then that's when you'd probably consider coming to the trading post, which is here. Obviously you need to fly here, so you've got to bear that in mind as well. Through the website you'd have some kind of like universal galactic kind of communication system where if you're really struggling, obviously we don't want to get to an end game situation where the clan is literally actually stuck. You can send out like a request for aid to the central, to this place here, and we would then grant that to you and send you whatever's needed, but it will be a debt to us, so you'd have to return it later, that kind of thing. It's very much like United Nations kind of thing in a way. But yeah, that kind of stuff, that's what I've got in mind, you know.
You have a new person in chat and a question.
A new person in chat. Gabor, he's been here before, I believe. Gabor's a subscriber. Welcome, Gabor.
Hey.
Out of curiosity, we'll do something like solo freelance? I suppose that's always an option. You could be like a solo person. You could be like a bounty hunter or just a freelancer. So you go about your way. That could work. You know, you could go along and help out a team, but you have to gain their trust, obviously. I did want to have the scenario possibly as spies. No, so you work your way in with a company and then sabotage it. But if you're found doing something to sabotage a base, there could be consequences. Like you could be imprisoned and that kind of thing. When you have things like your grinder taken off you and that kind of thing, if you die in this game, you die. You know, you lose everything. You build and everything of them. It's decided what to do. Everybody else. You need to look after your player. Now we want to make this as realistic as possible. So if you get captured, you're in prison, you have your grinder and stuff taken off of you, you're in a prison you can't get out of, and you're there for however long it takes. That sucks. So you got to bear that in mind. You don't want to get caught because you're ending your game, you know. And then if you're out of the game, someone else takes your place. It could be a while till you get back in the game. So you need to respect the fact that you're potentially alive, you know. I think that's only fair as well, really, because that's where trolling happens. When I think, oh, it's only a game. If I die, it's alright, I'll come back. Or no, look after your character. I think I may have messed up already. That's not good.
I did make a smaller circle.
But I did mess up a while ago, didn't I? Did I? What have I done here?
No one wants to know how we could be sure the prisoner has no weapons or tools left.
How come? But how can I be sure the prisoner has no weapons or tools left? Well, they'll be required to empty their thingy. There is a way in the server we can actually determine. So you can actually, when you put them into prison, you can dictate that you strip them of their stuff, and all their stuff goes into a container. So there's a way of doing it through the server. That's obviously things that game physics we need to put into place, the dynamics, sorry, that we need to put into place for that. But it is possible. You can strip a person of everything they're holding. But there's a lot of things that will be sort of, you know, ruled by the server. A lot of extra server. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the GTA roleplay series, where they have a whole control module, and they have like what they call it, the people on the radios. I forget what it's called now. But there is literally like a whole new system to GTA added to it. That's the kind of thing we'll have. So the people who are,
you're on about.
Yeah, the people that are in charge of their clan will have these as extra privileges, whereby, provided certain clauses have been reached, and they've actually found a prisoner and they decide they're going to imprison them, and they have to log the reason why, how long for, they're taking their weapons. Those weapons will go into a hold, sort of thing. That's kind of how it will be. We'll set up a system in place, laws almost, that kind of thing, and where you've got to abide by them. And obviously it will be governed by the Galactic Alliance, or whatever we're going to call ourselves. That sounds rubbish. I don't want to call myself the Galactic Alliance.
System police.
System police? Maybe.
Well, yeah.
It's better than Galactic Alliance.
Yeah. I'll figure something out.
It's a start.
I don't know why, I just had a feeling that if I go and watch Fifth Element again, I might end up finding a name. I don't know why, I've got a feeling there's a naming space in Fifth Element that might help me.
Nova says Galactic Authority.
Yeah, that sounds a bit more kind of... Yeah. Getting there. I'm sure that I've done this wrong. That should be putting in... Oh no, that will line up. I wanted that arch there to fit here. It will do, good. I don't know if you guys can quite see the shape I'm sort of building here, but it should look pretty good when it's done. I've decided to make it about 90 blocks in height. I'm not using any tools to do this, honestly.
First.
It's frustrating because I seem to be repeating the same blocks all the time, but we'll get there.
That's where you get Trent involved. Nova.
But they need their own battle fleet to fight against galactic foes. What do you mean for the Galactic Authority? We will have our own defense system, yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Trent was saying earlier about being in charge of one of these alliances, which obviously you can do if he wants to. If he wants to be one of the teams, or you could be part of the Galactic Authority and be head of sort of like defense, global defense kind of thing, maybe, just to defend this base, and possibly provide assistance to other nations, groups if needed. It's one of the things that, you know, it'll play out over the series of however long it will be. We just keep going basically, and we'll have various events that are somewhat random, things to shake up the system, and then there's a lot of time where you just be being part of a team. I mean, there could be a lot of enjoyment in just being part of a team, knowing that you're building something for a reason. You got that chance of evasion at some point, but it's not just a random NPC come along cage sometime. You got the chance of full-on army coming and taking you out. You need to be prepared, but you've got time to do it. You know, and obviously these wars are gonna, you're not gonna know it's coming, but as the kind of control of the game as itself, I'll know when it's coming, so I can kind of make sure everybody's at a decent place to have a war before I declare that, you know, these two are, you know, something's happened, some reason to try and push two people into war with each other, that kind of thing. There's lots of storylines behind we can go with, but I'm trying to come up with it right now whilst I'm counting blocks as well. It doesn't work. Well, I guess you guys can see the potential of how good it could be. We just hope we get the right guys on board that aren't going to mess it around and troll, basically, because that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing at GTA, to be honest. GTA could be so much better, but there's just so many trolls on it, and they're just not bothered about managing it because they're just interested in the money.
Pretty much.
I mean, what's going to help me fund this is my YouTube channel, you know, and that's fair enough. I'm not asking people for money. It will be literally, you know, the monetization I can get from YouTube is going to help fund the service. Obviously, I'll do extra little bits. I'll probably try and go down a line of merchandise stuff, you know, and if you've got a logo for your team, could even go as far as sticking that on the store so people can buy a t-shirt with your team logo on if they fancy that, a cup or that kind of stuff. All these little things that help fund the server, you know, it's great. But I don't plan on charging someone a monthly fee to be able to be on here. I do consider maybe doing a Patreon campaign if anybody wants to donate, but it's not something I'm going to demand of people. But then you go down the route of, should I then reward these patrons, which you should do, obviously. If someone's paying a regular amount, you should reward them with something. I kind of do and don't want to give people privileges on the server just based on money. A certain amount of greed to that, I feel.
There's a certain amount of greed to it, and quite frankly, it's just bad practice.
Yeah, it's kind of bad practice. I mean, if someone wants to donate to keep it going, that's great. It's a nice thing they've done. Perhaps give them a badge or something, you know, or I don't know. Maybe there's something we can give them that's not necessarily one up over somebody else. You know, if buying something gives you 1,000 ores or something, that's not fair. If it gives you something that's not really a benefit in the game, just something visually, then maybe it's not so bad.
Skins.
Pins. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm thinking. Skins, yeah.
Skins. Yeah, but that would mean we'd have access to skins.
Which we don't, yeah.
No, true.
But I mean, something on the website side of things, that the website side of this whole setup, obviously the game most of it was Space Engineers, but there's a lot of story content that will be based on the website that will be powering behind all this. There are things in that we could do. You know, we could like something silly like, you know, if you're a patron and you pay like £5 a week or £5 a month or something, you'll appear in the newsletter occasionally, kind of thing, as some random event or something like that, or I don't know, some sort of celebrity thing in the. I don't know. There's lots of ways you could do this, but have some kind of recognition for your contribution without giving you one up over anybody else on the server. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Joshua and Nova, they both commented something about this.
Yeah, it literally is a donation system. It's not going to be like in the real world where people donate to the government so then get freebies on the back end. That's no, I'm not having that.
But my politicians do it. Why can't I?
Because we're not politicians. Politicians couldn't arrange a good time in a brewery. And let's put it in the polite way. Politicians go to universities and colleges to learn how to do what they do, and they're being taught by people who apparently know what they're doing. How can they know what they're doing? These people then go on to rule countries with no experience in ruling countries and being taught from people that have no experience of ruling countries. How can that be successful? Seriously? It's an idiotic system, it really is, but there you go.
Nova says some type of newspaper or a website.
Yeah, that's right, that's what we're going to do. So there'll be like a week.
You get put on like a newspaper type.
Exactly, that's exactly what I meant, yeah, definitely.
Galactic news or system news. We're not really a galaxy, we can't really say galactic.
No, more of a system.
You know, system news.
Saying that though, because of the way that I'm thinking, because I do see this getting pretty popular within the first 6 months, and I can't see us having everybody interested to join it all being in the same universe, so to speak. So perhaps we could literally do a galactic kind of setup whereby the news for all of the universes do come together in one place, so everybody gets to see each other. And then the wars that happen between certain nations happen, it all gets advertised in there, but the ones that are relevant to your universe you'll obviously be aware of because you're aware of them in your universe. So we could have one newsletter that covers all the possible universes we're running, and each universe would have the 3 worlds or the whatever setup it is. There could be some that's slightly different, you know, there could be some that actually have no worlds, it's literally just living in space on asteroids. That could be a particular universe scenario. So there's lots of ways we could do this. So yeah, we could have like a universal news that does that. What have I done here? I've just messed up, haven't I? What happens when you talk and don't concentrate on what you're doing. Yeah, here we go.
I don't know.
Joshua's Joshua
Chickens,
says a nexus.
eggs, hatching issues.
It's alright, Trent. Don't worry. It's all under control.
So he says.
Chickens, hatching.
Trent, you can't take it.
Nope.
I am a pessimist by nature, man. You're gonna have to deal with it.
I know. So, Trent, what do you think about being not necessarily a player, as in having your own corporation or whatever, but being like, for example, head of defense for this galaxy authority, whatever we call it?
If I get to blow people up, I'm good.
You won't be actively blowing people up all the time, though. It's more of a defense thing, just in case, show of presence, making sure no one thinks they can take on the authority of the galaxy, kind of thing. But providing assistance as well, because if someone tries to start war on somebody without it being kind of authorised, so to speak, then we would go in all guns away and say, right, no, we'll always be more powerful than the other builds because we've got the head start, kind of thing.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I would be all right with it. I mean, what do I gotta lose? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just really if you want to be involved in like that, in that way. If you do really want your own, go for your own corporation, or whatever we're going to call it, then it's fair enough. It's cool.
I could do both.
Well, I don't think we should do that. I don't want anybody involved in the main corporation being on one of the old. It wouldn't be fair.
I have 2 accounts, dude.
What's that got to do with anything?
I could be in a completely different universe from what I'm actually working on. In other words, Trent Cam can be galactic security for one system, since you're talking about multiple systems, one server. And I could be on a completely different server and be a player where you're galactic security, or Phoenix is... Oh, never mind. Where you're galactic security.
There would be a conflict of interest, so that wouldn't really happen, would it?
It wouldn't be any conflict if I'm on a different server from my other account.
Oh, well, if you're on a different server, but then you wouldn't be... I don't
Two accounts.
I don't think you're getting me, Trent, on the setup of the whole system.
Well, no, probably not then. Because the way you're talking is multiple servers and all that, but apparently not. So, cheese? Chickens and cheese.
I think once we get it going and you see it running, I think it'll make sense then, and then it'll also be like, oh, I see, and then you can choose what you want to do then.
Nope, probably not. I'll probably just hop in and say fuck it, because I don't understand. My brain's not big enough, or there's English being said and it's not English that I understand. I don't know.
Nova asked, is he allowed to put outposts on other galaxies?
Well, this is one of the things we need to debate what rules are going to be in the game to keep it fair. I mean, if you're going to expand and try and conquer other galaxies, it's something that obviously it's not going to happen early on. This is survival. You first of all got to make a home and look after yourselves and your people, kind of thing. If you're going to go off putting outposts on other galaxies, or galaxies, other planets really, I mean, there might be a case that there's a availability for a team to join another universe, galaxy type thing, in which case, possibly. That's a bit later on, I think, in the game. To start off, I think we need to get over the basics. I mean, by all means, if you decide you want to start putting outposts all around the planet you're on, or move to moons, go for it. But if it means you're starting wars with people without, you know, sort of just randomly attacking people, I want to kind of get away from that. I don't want people griefing anyone. That's the important part.
What if I want to grief people? What if I'm good at it?
Then you won't be playing it on the server. What was that, mate? I'm aiming this whole experience is aimed at...
I was being a smartass, man. Jesus.
It's alright. Got an answer for you.
Nova just said Phoenix will be in the security. Oh hell, please don't give him this power. Don't give him flight.
I think Phoenix is more of a reporter, to be honest. More of the media sort of position.
What comes and goes.
Yeah.
More close it goes.
Makes stuff up when he wants to.
So, where is this going to leave our competitive survival that we were talking about?
Yeah, we could do that.
I would like to at least knock that out, at least maybe once a week, do a stream on that.
Yeah, no problem with that. It's cool. Like I say, I don't know if Phoenix is going to be on board with it or not, but...
Getting him on normally, innit?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say that requires him being on usually anyway. So.
When is there anybody else we could bring in? I mean, I think you said already, didn't you? Was it Nova who's going to be on?
I was gonna invite Nova. I was gonna invite Antonio, Joshua. I haven't talked to him much, but he seems like he's very knowledgeable in space engineers, which would make for a lot of fun. So I'd like to get Joshua in there as well, if he's interested. Nova Charlie, well, that server reset for my solo survival, or for my modded survival, I want to do a competitive survival between Beardie, Phoenix, myself, and, well, you, and Antonio, and, you know.
We're thinking all one-on-one, yeah? Or are we thinking of grouping up as well?
We could... I'd say we could group up, but you and I and Phoenix cannot be in the same group.
Yeah.
2018
is getting better already.
I'm not in the same group as Phoenix. I'm on board.
You suddenly feel that you can win at something.
That's what I just heard. But yeah, no, that's what I want to do. I want to do a competitive. Now, I mean, if we do have teams, I want the teams to be even, because you know.
Okay, well, I think if I step back a second, let's go to oh, I'm in spectator. Okay, that's no good. Wow, I'm actually inside.
That hurt.
We kind of have a sundial now.
That really hurt.
That was pretty cool.
But yeah, I'm thinking we're going to have to put solar panels on the top of this outer dome all the way around. Place them correctly, it could look pretty good. But if you get the idea of what I'm building in the middle, sort of tapering in.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
Very subtle.
It does taper, yeah.
It starts to taper in more now, I think.
What shape are you using?
What shape?
Yeah.
I suppose
generator.
you could choose the word gherkin, maybe.
Right.
No, it's actually an ellipsoid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically doing 27 by 27 across, and well, the whole thing. This is half an ellipsoid, so the whole thing is 100 and what is it? 181 high, but we're doing half of it, so about 91 blocks high. So 91 from where I started. That's how high it's going to be. So it's a bit higher than it is from the centre to the outside of the donut. So you've got the ability to almost look over the wall, basically. Then.
Yeah. I wouldn't impose any limitations myself, Nova. I mean, the same things will stand from the original series, you know, show a little respect, but I mean, as far as like limitations on how big you can build, it's on a dedicated server, so if you crash it, you kill everybody, you won't be back, you know, crash the server, you won't be back on. You won't be invited back on.
Yeah.
You know, but that's, you know, what are you willing to risk?
Oh, hello. That's it wrong here. right.
Mods that I will use will be linked in the description of YouTube. If you go to my modded survival list, that will be the mods used.
Doki, get in there.
Worst thing to eat in the world, a cookie.
Worst thing to eat in the world, a cookie. Why is that?
Yeah, it makes too much noise.
Depends on the cookie.
Depends on how many times you've
Either
dumped it in your
have.
tea.
I've
Hoorah!
got tea, so none.
Oh, boo!
Crumbs
It
everywhere.
means going downstairs to make one.
All I'm hearing from you are excuses.
Yeah, pretty much. Isn't that all you ever hear?
Yeah, more or less.
Well then. Anyway, Trent, no.
No! No, Trent, no! Bad Trent!
See?
Every time. It pops up at the right moment.
Clever, innit? It's clever, Beardie bot.
Bad Beardie bot.
Knows.
Force is strong in that one.
Ow.
I can't stand Star Wars, so I won't go there.
Yeah, he made a reference.
Yeah, well, it's the only things that are famous about Star Wars, the references, aren't they, really?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Why you know like Star Wars?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I generally like space programs, but then again, I don't really watch many of them. I mean, I know about Stargate, but I don't really know it. I mean, I know the background of Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie. I don't religiously follow it, but I do. You know, if it's on and I've got nothing else to do, I'll watch and I enjoy it. But I don't know. I mean, I guess the only Star, space sort of based system I've really religiously watched so far has been that Orville one, which is more comedy. Obviously, in Red Dwarf as well. I don't like being too serious too much. When I'm watching entertainment, I want to have a laugh. I don't want to be sitting there getting depressed about it.
Orville.
Orville is good.
I enjoy The Expanse beyond really what I probably should. Josh, I think it's an amazing show. To answer that question.
I've heard of The Expanse, but I ain't got a clue what it's about. Guessing space now.
Yeah.
We'll give that one.
I would sit down and watch it, Beardie.
But what if I like to stand up watching it?
Well, whatever floats your boat, but you need to watch it.
I'll do a headstand and watch it. That'd be good. I can pass out before the end. Right, we're starting to get to that tapered point now. And I'm probably going to stop this because I need to then build a column upwards because I'm kind of doing a little watchtower thing where it then slims out and then goes wide again for like the actual main control tower, so to speak.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Although I think that can look a bit stupid sometimes, so I'm going to have to be careful how I do this. No, the idea of this whole this build type thing is that I want to try and go for shapes that aren't usually seen in Space Engineers.
How often do you see a big donut?
Well, if I do see it, it's not for very long. It usually gets munched immediately.
Touche.
Wait, let's go from there to there.
So I just threw another ship together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bomb.
A very, very small, like, if the other ones are frigates, this would be a corvette.
Right.
It's about on the size of the military escort.
Yep.
Joshua, yeah, like Space Needle. Pretty much it, isn't it? Just give me another idea now. Maybe I should make a bit at the top. Be able to come off and fly. I'm sure you could do that with Space Needle. But if you've been up there, I'm sure you'd say otherwise. It looks like it should come off. You know, this shape here would make for an interesting spaceship, actually.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
I think we have to go for this kind of shape or a weird shape, massive, you know, spaceship to accompany this galactic authority.
You took that entire thing in space and basically doubled it up on the other sides. I mirrored it.
And made it green.
It'd be space station. It'd be yeah. No. Stop going on about the bloody UFO. That would be a good space station as well.
It would, yeah. I suppose it would make sense to have something in orbit above this.
I was going to say, if you're doing a trade station, don't make it on a planet.
It's more of a HQ, but I hadn't thought about living in space for it. So I don't want to fill up the gaming world too much with my own stuff and leave that for the other players. But it needs somewhere to come to, so.
Which is why I'm suggesting a space station. That way it's neutral ground, it's not a planet.
Could do, yeah.
Nova has to go.
Alright, take it easy, Nova.
Yeah, take it easy, Nova. Cheers for joining us, mate, and catch you again soon. I'll let you all know when the website's up ready for the persistent world as well. Shouldn't be long now. Okey-doke. I'm not sure where I want to start building straight up. I think I might take it in a bit more actually, it's still quite large. I do have plans on putting like a massive elevator up the middle. And I've already got an elevator I made a long time ago. Really awesome system it works. Not pistons, literally wheels with the friction settings we've got now and that kind of stuff and landing gear. I know I can make a decent elevator system up and down the middle. And a glass elevator as well. It looked pretty cool. I've got plans already on how I'm going to do glass on these sections here. That'll look really good when it's finished. Look at the shaping first. Let's go to that. Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I definitely want to come in a bit more, I think, before I start thinking about the big bit on top. So yeah, glass elevator up the middle. There'll be a central column, which will be a glass elevator. And I do want to take it below ground as well. There'll be a bit below ground that'll go down to. And then various levels around here, which should be like not office floors, but you get the idea, office floors in a building kind of thing. So various habitation suites, you know, residential suites, meeting room, that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, you got Nova Charlie excited for the server.
Yeah, I did actually think he'd be on board with that one. I could see his way of playing the game. He'd like that. That's what I want though, something that kind of attitude towards the game, rather than just go around destroying things. No offense, Trent, but
I'd say I've been offended, but I'd be lying.
There's still a place for destroying things. It's just got to be kept under control. Because the idea is it's about survival and having fun and very much teamwork. I want to base the whole experience on teamwork and making something together, and I think that's the important thing. You have your own space, your own living quarters, your own personal vehicles. You can build what you want, but at the same time take part in a team to help build for the greater good kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think if we do teams on the competitive survival, it's going to be very much similar. You know, maybe the competitive survival will be the test to see how well this would work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on a smaller scale, I guess. Yeah, because obviously the idea of this survival series, the survival system I'm doing, is going to be it's based very much on numbers. We want to make the most of numbers.
Yep.
Okay. I'm liking. As I'm doing this, I'm picturing having these pads sticking out the side, landing on. I guess a bit like the Avengers Tower, where there's that pad sticking out, but have them on each angle. Maybe angled that way, probably better. There's like a walkway sticking out, and then like a large landing pad.
Yeah.
Feeling it or not? Joshua Murray, for dedicated authority members. You mean the rooms in here? Yeah. Oh, the landing pads even. Is that what you mean? That would be good actually. Landing pads for the people that actually live in the building, the authority. Yeah. Okay, starting to take it in now. Yeah, the landing pads for the dedicated authority members. Yeah, that makes sense. The 4 of them should be good. I'll have to decide who's going to join the authority members. Who they're going to be? They're going to have quite a major role, I think, in each their respective roles, really. An active role in making sure all goes well, that kind of thing. Managing the trade when it is done, trade requests, defense requests, that kind of stuff. Like every week there'll be some kind of event, meeting, that kind of thing, where the leaders would either come here or it would go to them, something like that. And for the stakes of the stream, it would be kind of like a way of saying this is what's happened so far. And obviously you don't really know the things that each group might have a secret they don't want anybody to know. They might have a secret build they're doing. They don't want anybody to know. That's up to them if they want to do that, or they can be totally out about it. And obviously they wouldn't let on about that secret because they don't want the other groups to know about it. And obviously my stream could effectively be perceived as if it was a broadcast within that universe as well. So it will certainly be on the website. And that website is obviously part of the communication system within the game. Like I mentioned earlier as well, it would be nice to actually use the in-game communications rather than TeamSpeak. So if you've got your group, rather than using TeamSpeak to communicate, actually use the Space Engineers communication system. Make use of the antennas and being in range of people to talk to them. If you go out of range, that's great. That's a story mode you've got there. You're out of range to talk to your base and you're in trouble. You're on your own. Things like that. That kind of scenario would be a nice thing to be able to embrace in the game. Fortunately, things like banning the use of TeamSpeak whilst in this universe will be a bit hard to police, but hopefully people understand the significance of that and why it makes the game more interesting and go along with it anyway.
No promises. I hate typing.
Well, you don't have to type. I mean, you can use your microphone speakers in Space Engineers. That's the point. That's what I'm getting at. So as long as you've got an antenna and you're in a broadcasting range of the people you want to talk to, you can talk to them using voice and mic.
I didn't realize Space Engineers had.
I know it's had it for ages, and we've never used it really. I mean, it was only the other day that I was reminded we had it. Was when we was on a stream and one of the guys started talking. I just heard it when I got close to him. I could hear him.
Yeah.
That freaked me out a bit. I thought, oh god, yeah, of course. And it just made me think, why aren't we using this? Because it's awesome, really. It's how it should be.
I don't know. I don't like change.
I think Grumpy Guts might just have to be pirates himself and just cause grief for everybody. I think he'd like that, wouldn't he? I'm in Trent,
He'd
by
love
the
to be
way,
a
as well.
pirate, I think.
Do you fancy that, Trent? Do you just want to be your own pirate and live in space and go and grief people?
No, I don't want to grief people. Griefing is bad.
Or do you just want to be a space pirate and just land at people's bases and just say, here, like, I've got some goodies, would you like to trade for them? And then maybe nick something if they're being nasty.
I don't know.
Would you be an independent trader kind of thing?
Maybe. Like I said, man, the pessimist in me is like, how many people are you actually going to get going in on this? You know what I mean?
At least 20 per universe, at least.
That's your hope. How many actually?
I know we can do that, but I'm aiming for 30.
You know, that's, like I said, that's where the pessimist in me is like, I don't think this is going to go the way he thinks. But, I don't know.
In that case, we'll give Trent a little hut on the smallest asteroid we can find, with no oars, no tools. It's like, there you go, there's your universe. You're a pessimist. That could be an interesting way of playing the game, actually. Set yourself literally on an asteroid with nothing other than very basic stuff, and just see how you can go. Float in space till you find something with the oars you need.
It's doable.
That Lady Freedom says she likes to make it hard for herself and enjoy it. That should be like hardcore survival. We should go for that.
Right?
I'm thinking I might just taper this all the way in for now and then look at it and decide what level I want to start building it at. Because the shape's quite nice on this. I might even make use of curved blocks on these edges here to bring it all in, it'll look nice. The thing is, this shape, instead of being a circular shape where it's difficult to make these angles, it's all pretty much long, so I can use the 2x1 curved blocks to actually put the shape in, it'll look alright. Wouldn't have any block issues really, would I?
Wouldn't do. Depends on how you want it to look though.
Well, just over an hour in on the stream and we've almost done this centre block, so that's good going.
Yep.
There's the back here. Yeah, see? Pretty good. But you know what? It's looking like half of a space station out of a film. I can't remember what it is now. Isn't there one with a ring and then you got the...
Yeah, I know what you're on about. Yeah.
Looks a bit like it, doesn't it? So anybody got any ideas on this build, maybe? I mean, we've had the idea of landing pads towards the top for the authority members. I'm going to build some kind of landing pad outside the base, like a landing area with transportation route to the main gates, with their own defences on them, so that, you know, when visiting groups land, that's where they land, the vehicle's safe, it's guarded, but it's outside of the, you know, so they can't bring a bomb in basically. They'll come in through security on foot, or by a security method that I'll be building, like an automated drone system, transportation system I want to put in. So it'll go between the pad and the central terminal. Anything else I can think of? I mean, I'm going to have like a power station, oxygen station, refinery, assembly, residential. I'm trying to think what else I could add to it really. I really want to visually make this outstanding and it really look good, and especially at night as well. I want it to light up really nice, a night sky. Better see it on the horizon. I mean, we can already see it from space. We know that. Very close now. Very, very close. Perhaps this would be a good place to start. Oh, hello. Building the landing pads out. Where I need to make enough room for a doorway. And if I do it at this angle here, if I look right to it at this angle rather than out on the flat side, but I give myself an issue then with airlocks. Unless I do kind of like a square room for an airlock on the side. It would certainly be easier just doing it on this side, on the flat surfaces. I think it would look better at this side. So Adam, any ideas when you're going to have this game running on yours? I know you've now got the game, you just haven't got the PC to run it on.
Yeah, it's when I get a PC. Probably looking next year now, for definite.
Next year? Oh, you mean 2018, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Just checking you didn't
17.
mean... Oh, you didn't mean 2019, because that would have been a nightmare.
God no. I hate to do that. No,
So-
but next year.
We might just get you in on this persistent mode then.
Yeah, I would say so.
What are you feeling? Are you feeling the need to have a group or be involved in the Galactic Authority, or what are you feeling?
Ooh. Oh no.
Feeling authoritative, or do you want to be dominated? That's a bit of a personal question, I suppose.
So we went there. He yells at me.
I'd probably say some sort of authority, probably.
Yeah. I know you haven't really played. Well, you've played the game in many ways, but not physically.
Yes. Yes, that is very true.
So, what aspect of the game is it you think that gets you the most? Do you like the whole? I guess the building obviously is what.
Yeah, it's just the building and what you can do with it.
Are you like Trent as in you like the military side, or?
I honestly wouldn't know until I start playing it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Obviously, everyone likes doing certain things. Some people like building bases, Trent likes building ships. You like building anything that you find good. So, wouldn't mind. I'd like to do it all, really. I'd love to build some bases, obviously. That's like the easy part. Ships are more the technical part. Like,
It depends on what you want out of the ship.
Well, it's like you're doing now. You're building a ship that can go anywhere. Just making it look good and have the power and the capability of doing it as well.
Universal vehicle, basically.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I don't know how successful I'll be in the long run. Like I said, the carriers have got me actually pretty nervous.
They're going to be huge.
They have to be big, and that's going to require a buttload of power, a buttload of engines. It's
Yes, it is.
That's why I went and just did this little quick Corvette.
Something easy.
Yeah.
Because are they all going to have a similar back end?
Well, and that's where the carriers are going to be an issue. Is I don't know that they're going to be
Probably
how close I can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably want to double it up. So have like two engine pod type hits.
Yeah.
Not obviously pod wise, but sort of set off from each other. That gives you a bit more width as well on the interior, which you'll
Yeah.
need. But do you have like a flat top on it where you can park like fighter jets or something? You like
Not
combat ready?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of carrier I want to do. That's the other problem.
Okay. I think I've
Joshua
gone-
said. Go on, Beardie.
I was just saying, I think I've gone past the bit where I need to start building a tube, but I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, Joshua said, Trent, you could build a carrier to fly within gravity and
Close to an
atmosphere.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But see, I want these ships to do that, to be able to fly like close to the ground. And the reason why is because I want to build a shipyard base on the surface of a planet and build these ships and launch them from that shipyard. And so they need to be able to leave the atmosphere and return for supplies or maintenance or whatever. And let's face it, if you can get a carrier that close to the alien surface and then all these little ships pop out of the damn thing, escorted by fighters and frigates, and that would be pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Not many people want to go against that.
Right.
You know, that kind of looks like you want a spire on top. Just a
Yeah.
pointy bit.
The gherkin is now embedded in the floor.
But it truly does look like the actual gherkin.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. The gherkin in
Yeah.
London. What's it actually
No,
called, though?
looks like something. I don't know that I can call it the Gherkin.
We've got
Well,
a
seems like
building
it
in
was.
London that we call the
Bit thin.
gherkin.
Yeah.
You're jerking my
Similar
Gherkin.
shape.
I'm
Nope. Don't ask why, but yeah, they built one.
That is very masculine looking, I guess would be the word I'm going to look to use.
Yes. Okay. Groove Star.
Good stuff, yeah.
I think I get the reference.
I'm thinking these glass gantries you made, stretching them towards the base, so making them a lot wider. So that central airlock part that goes out to other tunnels will be more central.
Yeah.
We're going to need the airlock. Well, yeah. Yeah, let's amend this design slightly. What to place a bot there for? Get the base looking right, I think, and then I'll work on what the side. I want to put the glass in before I start doing it towards the top. I think we definitely need to have like 4 pads sticking out the side. At some point here, I need to change it to the same size going straight up, and then have a larger part around the top.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a Space Needle-ish, but I don't like the whole hanging over thing. But I kind of do. It's a hard one to. But also, if I have a landing pad sticking out, then the whole point of that hanging out over the side not going to work so well. Unless the landing pads are quite close to the building, almost, perhaps even slightly going in almost. But it slightly caves in, concave, a concave landing pad.
Yeah.
That could work. And then the overhangs looks over that. So if I do the concave landing pads, then I will do it on the same side as these underneath, so it will be on this flat wall. Grease, I'm not doing a glass dome, no. So I got that as well.
Yeah.
Won't be no glass domes, because trying to make glass fit this intricate circle is going to be a nightmare. Impossible, basically. They say nothing's impossible, but that is.
With the current blocks, it is.
Yeah, it looked cool, but
It's a lot,
it
as we know
takes a long
already.
time.
Yeah, I mean, filling the block with air alone is going to be. We've already decided we're not going to oxygen in the outside ring because it's going to take so long to fill up there. I mean, this is
Yeah,
this
a
is
lot of air vents.
well, this is going to run on a survival save basically eventually.
It's only going to take a long time if you're using only one.
Obviously, yeah, but there's still a lot of oxygen that we've got. I mean, we're on Mars, and there's only so much ice, and okay, there's a moon a bit further away, but just on a survival basis, it'll be a stupid thing to do to fill that ring with oxygen when it doesn't really need to be.
I think you can do it. I think you just.
It can be done, but I think it would make more sense not to. Because don't forget, it's a defensive ring. If someone puts a hole in that, that's a lot of oxygen we've lost.
And what's so defensive about that ring?
A land
Is that why
attack.
everything? Huh?
It's
Ground
more of
vehicles.
a symbol of defense rather than an actual defense. But nevertheless, it is a defensive ring. So ramming it or something from a land vehicle, saying Also weather, it helps protect those behind from dust storms slightly, wind, that kind of thing, Right.
It looks good.
I think if we start there with one of them, what box did I use? Of course. Right. So let's bring that over to here basically, start it from there. That's what that's going to be. We've got to add so many glass panels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. An extra 10. That's 5 per section then. That needs to move along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's where that there and over 3. That will be the new passageway. This, instead of there, it'll be there, basically. Let's paste this in, it'll be easier. I've got a greenhouse section here that we can paste in, cut it up and paste it in again. Kind of want to stick it in the ground so it doesn't move around. That should do. Okay, so we need to add 5 glass panels to it, and then we can literally drop that in. Probably get rid of the floor as well once I've done it. So 5 glass panels, but obviously, actually yeah, 5 glass panels because we're going to be adding. Okay, why can't I? Better. Okay, so are you doing this? Come on. Kind of defaulting out that wide. Oh, because I've got the okay, it's turned on. Okay. That's 2, 3, 4. Come on, 5. Right, that's that. We want to build that arch again, and the glass. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing that, but yeah, let's put demonstrate back on. But we'll get rid of that one. Make it that one. Yep. We need to also get rid of this one. Okay, right, now we can actually build. Kind of didn't want to have to build this arch, but I'm going to have to on it once here, then I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Welcome, Walgrim. Too hard to build anyway. We've got to change a lot of it when we come to put the airlocks in as well. And the airlocks are basically only going to be there for if there's any damage. They'll always be open because the whole thing will be filled up with oxygen anyway. But it's there so that if there is ever a breach anywhere, then the other sections can be shut off. But I shall fit in a big red button in the control room, and you press that and it shuts down all the sections, then sets all the lights to red, that kind of stuff, you know. Okay, there we go. Going back to what Grusa said about struts and supports, we do need to make it look structurally correct as well. I mean, we are slightly lower gravity here, but it's still gravity nonetheless. I mean, the build that we've done with the gherkin shape, that's very structurally sound, it's very strong. But you could quite easily build out from the side of that away. Perhaps some beams going in to hold it, that could look good. We could do some kind of fancy looking structural supports underneath, which would look nice. What block do I want? 1x2 is the one, isn't it? Make sure I get the right way up. I believe that's correct. Turn to the off as well. Let's just check that matches because they're slightly different if you get the orientation around wrong. No, that matches. It's good. Yeah. This is the one that really has a problem though, the 1x1. I think that looks right. Match. Do so. Yep. Wargroom, what's morp? Have I missed something here? What's that short for?
Not a clue.
Assuming it's a pleasant greeting.
Probably.
It could be what's up, losers.
Wrong letters.
In some language, maybe. Now these are going to be a bit of a pain.
Maximum allowed working pressure.
Ah. What was that in relation to?
I don't know.
There we go. That's a new section to put in place of them. Yeah, okay, so what we'll do is go and delete the ones we've already done, I suppose, and replace them with these. So that is where I want to place this one. So let's put a cut in there so we know that's where that's going to fit. And that will come down to there. There. And there. So I'm guessing that should now work. So I can actually cut this out now quite easily. Get rid of that just to be sure. That should, I mean, I want a gap of 3 in the middle, so when I place it at the end here, that should fit. So I should be able to delete this quite easily. If I just get rid of this, this is the quickest way of doing it, isn't it?
Okay. Have to delete all of us.
By my calculation, that one's that's disconnected, so no. Save. Just in case. Yes. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to place this one first. I want to just make sure that it's going to work. Okay, so there, and now if we place the same over here, we should have a gap of 3 between them. Hello, what's going on here? There it is. Yeah, one there. Okay, is that 3 blocks between them? It looks like it's more than that, doesn't it? Oh, I missed out by 1 block. What have I done wrong? I think over here I've gone... That's correct, 2 blocks. That was what we had before. Over here I must have done it too close. Interesting. What have I done wrong there? I think I've done it wrong this end. It's meant to be 2 blocks. Is right. We'll go with that then. That's fine. We have a 4 block gap. I don't mind that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, let's duplicate that over around the others. So we've got a free gap there. Cool. Now we're going to go underneath here, aren't we? That is. Oh, that didn't sound too good. We've got a clangy noise then. To me, does that look like it's just fallen?
It has fallen, you just cut it loose.
Oh, of course I have, yeah, I've just removed it on the other side. Yeah, that makes sense, that's good. Whoa, performance issues, let's quickly get rid of that before it legs out even more. Come on. To that, remove. Yes. Oh, hello. That one's doing it. Hang on, that's not right. How has that just done it as well?
Because you cut that one off on the other side.
Yeah, but that wasn't symmetrical, or was it?
Yes.
Of course it was. Which means I've just done it on the other one as well, then, haven't I? That should be still connected at one end. Or maybe not. Oh, what have I done? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I don't think he realises mirrors on.
I have got mirrors on, but I didn't contemplate what I was doing exactly. See, look, this is the thing that gets me. Look, see that? That's connected. That's the one we did. That one's not.
Yep.
That's in the ground. That's okay. But those. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But then why is that one not been cut? That didn't cut, did it?
It might be because the thing was underground.
Yeah, it could be too, I suppose. So that should be a separate block now, basically. Just to be sure.
Morgan says he uses that as a greeting whenever his little one's around. Makes a laugh.
Maximum allowed working pressure. Oh, I see. Right. Okay, that should be good. We can now paste in all those ones. They should all be just free from the end. Yeah. Okay, let's start pasting these in now. A copy. And put that in place there. There we go. One. Two. That's 4 gap. Good, good. Really fun. The centre tower's not centered. That would really suck.
Could be.
It wants to
Built
be.
it on an odd. 181.
Yep. Put an hour's worth of thought into this whilst I was waiting for end stream. Okay, and then over here. I was hoping this is still connected underground. Yeah, it is. Good. Got any unmerging, remerging issues because that can cause problems. Come on. Okay, it's too close. Get away. Okay, I can't build that. Great. That is a pain. Why would that? It's got to be because of the floor, isn't it?
You pasted before.
Did. But if you look here, oh, it's me. Is me in the way? Oh, it's me in the way. There you go. Oh, it's always me in the way, isn't it?
I said nothing.
Didn't need to.
Didn't have to.
When you use theirs, when you use thinking it. There we go. Right, let's join them up. We need to do a bit of careful boxing to get a really nice effect on here. That look nice when you see dirt stacked up against the glass.
You used the wrong box.
I just saw that as well, yeah. Typical.
Yep, even Joshua's in it.
Everyone saw it but me. Oh my god, look. Beardie bot just said something that was quite good because I did something wrong. I didn't delete the wrong block, but it was kind of almost apt the way you just said that then.
Oops, he didn't have to say it this time.
I'm testing this Corvette.
How's it going?
Well, I'm leaving the alien atmosphere at about the same speed I leave everybody else, every other planet, so I think I'm doing just fine.
This is where Trent realises he's got some cheat active and goes, oh no, that's why they all work.
I wish, because I'm really starting to wonder what the hell. I used to have issues doing this.
You just found a system that works now and you've automatically incorporated it into your builds, so you just don't realise it now.
Possibly.
I'm alright with that, because, you know what I mean?
Right, that's looking good now. I need to build the airlocks and the smaller tunnels, but I'll do that once I decide what I'm going to build out of these areas. I do want to put like a tunnel system underneath the ones that we can. That'd be nice, have like literally a dome tunnel. You just go through to get to the other section, that'd be nice. Then have some wheeled vehicles that are like drones that will go around doing their thing. That look pretty cool. It'd be nice to imagine being from one of your corporations, you've been invited to come here to do trade or discussions or whatever, and you're coming in and you're seeing all this stuff moving around. It look pretty cool, especially with the lights on, and I'll put all these glass panels in as well. I think I will join this to that now though, because I need to know where I'm going to put the glass. Saying that, maybe I want to round that up to there. I want to have a nice smooth join, not a straight in and join onto it. That would be too easy. I mean, I could just put the glass in now and they can work that out after, couldn't I? It's not too much of a change. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so glass. I'll start there. The annoying thing is, actually that should work all around. It's not. Why is it not? If I'm doing it there and there, surely that should be repeating there. Am I missing something here?
Probably.
No.
If I'm doing either side of that line, it should repeat around there, shouldn't it? No. Okay, great. I'm going to have to do it twice.
But you figured this out when you was doing Red Dwarf.
That's what I thought. I ought to really put the extra blocks in, I think, before I go any further. So if I...
Groof's just saying symmetry is working correctly, and after looking at it, yes, it is.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
You have to do it twice.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of using these blocks here to graduate this out. I think it would make sense cutting into what I've already got. You really?
Oh.
That's alright. That's not a problem. I'm building after it anyway.
What did Beardie Bot just say a second ago?
Yeah, I make pay for improvements, which is technically what I'm doing. I'm improving. Glad I can make you all laugh. I did that deliberately, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But I wanted to, so the two that I removed are replaced by those two, and then I add two, so it's not going to be too much of a change. That makes sense. That should look better, shouldn't it? So, knowing that, can now place 2 extra blocks, so that won't happen again.
Brewster says you could probably, that bit you just cut out, you could replace with a big glass panel.
That's kind of what I'm going to do, yeah. I've got to make sure I've got that outline still there though.
Which it does.
If you see what I've just done there, that looks good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just hope I've done the right 2, yeah. It's 1, 2, it comes round. Oh, actually, not gone 1 too far, haven't I? That one there and that one there is 2 I need to replace, so if I come round, I have gone down 1 too far. Oh, yeah, I have. 1 too far. So that one there should be the correct one. Sometimes the light can be too much. So the 2 blocks I'm replacing with these, the bottom half. What was that?
Brewster, he said that was a engineering equivalent of I meant that.
I meant to do that.
Let's get on this one. See what I'm doing. I found it look good with that block instead. I've got to do it to all of these, but I don't want it to fall apart, obviously. But it's quite a simple way of doing it, actually. I just realised the better way of doing this would be, because I now know that I'm going to put these 2 above that join. If I just done this first time, then that's safe to remove, isn't it? See? Trial and error. How you learn, that's how you become good at
Orillin,
things.
this is a creative mode. He's building the station on Mars intentionally.
Yes.
It's not a case of he started on a different planet, landed on Mars, or he's starting survival mode on Mars. He's building this to build this. And Mars just so happens to be where he decided he was going to build it.
Yeah. What he said. So, that basically means that one there needs to be this. And up here needs to be that. So I think this does work. That would look quite good if I use the slow blocks. So, just put...
He hasn't got meteors on.
No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got that shut off too.
Yeah, it's rubbish, that stuff. You don't want meteors on. You don't get meteors that frequently, do you, really?
Apparently you may want to look at the glass passage.
I want to take a look at the glass passages. What about them?
Yeah.
What about them?
Block fell, you might have broke something. The other side. Yeah, there's a little damage.
Is there?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's shadow.
I thought I saw some there, but I don't think it is just a light. Oh, it is a little bit damage, yeah.
When you drop the panels on them.
I don't know how we saw that from there.
I did think about it when it dropped on it, but as I deleted the panel off the top of it, I looked and I thought I couldn't see anything, but there was a tiny bit there.
Other side. Try that one. Not the other side of that tunnel, but the other tunnel.
Oh, there we go, yeah, there's actually some panels missing. Wow, I never even saw that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, not a lot of damage to them, to be honest.
That's right around as well, isn't it? Yeah. Cool, let's see if there's damage to the ones around it. Oh, yeah, here we go. The whole structural damage thing shows here, doesn't it? All the blocks are around the ones that went have all got damage on. All of these have got damage on them. quite a large portion of this tunnel took a bit of damage in. That's quite nice though to see that it works that way.
Hmm.
Sounds like this though, it makes you want to have the nanite control factory. You can just go right there, leave it to do it. That would be
Yeah,
actually,
but that would be cheating.
But you know what? That's a script I could do. Repair drones that when they detect damage, they go out and repair it. So it's actually properly doing in the game, not some magic entity that goes and does it. That's something I might have to do.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll have some little repair station somewhere that has some drones come out. When it detects damage, it goes out and fixes it. Okie doke, let's carry on what we're doing then. It's mirroring correctly, isn't it, on the other side? Yeah. Okay, so let's put some blocks and then put some glass. Well, 5 out of 5 NCAP rating. Alright, let's pop these blocks on because we've not done them yet. Can't see the block. Okay. Thanks to the magic T button, we haven't got to worry about orientation. Let's take it to there because I want to use the slope. That's a good point actually. How am I going to do the slope glass?
Nova Charlie's got a pretty legitimate question, buddy.
But will the script be able to detect damaged armor blocks? Yeah. That was the
confidence there.
That was the point of the. I'm trying to understand the question because obviously that's what the script's going to do. It will detect damage. If it finds a damaged block or a missing block from the previous print, it will know to put one back.
Right. Current damage scripts only detect damage on scripts that have, or on blocks that have computers. Otherwise, they don't.
Well, the base is going to have computer, isn't it?
No, not the base. I'm talking the component. So, really, I think it has something to do with Keen's API, but basically the script only counts blocks with computers as a component, like say conveyor blocks and or cargo blocks, seats.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, functional components.
Yeah, as for the detected damage. Beyond that, like armor blocks, it doesn't. I think the API or the scripts that are used to detect damage use the same thing that would set an antenna to blink when something's being hacked.
Hmm. Yeah,
type
interesting.
thing.
Yeah, I have to look into that then. Oh, okay. I was kind of partly working on the fact that nanite control factory can do it, so she better do it with script. But yeah, I might have to look into that and see if we can figure out a solution.
Welding is a different thing than damage.
Hmm.
You know, it might be an incomplete block thing.
Okay, I'm gonna put windows on here. The problem I've got is I want to do this same lines. I want to put some blocks in here to come in, keep this shape. But that means then the glass is going to have to be on the outside, which in itself is a pain because there's nowhere to connect to, and that means you could lose a lot of glass if one gets broken. So perhaps I should just keep it to square in the glass. But that's a square, that's a square. That wouldn't look too bad. Not to keep the same pattern all the way up, but I think we'll be alright. But literally just square, square, square. Will that look okay? Let's have a look, let's see what it looks like. I should probably keep it to single panes rather than large panes, because then it saves it looking weird when you get to places where there's only just enough room to fit one anyway. Yeah, probably give a good effect overall as well. Please tell me that was inside the block. It was. Good. So that kind of thing all the way up. Yeah, that could work. Does that look good with the curves and the squares? Or do I need to curve glass as well? I don't get away with that, don't I? I think once I've added it to the other side as well, because I want to do on this one. Let me put the block in place for this as well. What about details now? Okay. Let's go. What if you put the glass inside rather than outside? That's what I've done, yeah. And smoothed out the square transitions with ramps. Let me think. What if I do the ramp instead of, say, that block and that block? So if I did that one as that, so do that block there and the large one there, so that would then give the correct kind of curve, so to speak. I could do that, put that in place of that block, but the glass has to be on the outside. And the worry I've got with that is if that means the whole glass is hanging on the outside of the building. I could do it, I just don't know, it's not telling me not to do that. When you look at it from this angle, it's flush, which is nice. If you build on the outside of that, you get this raised glass effect, which I really don't like. Like that kind of thing. You'd have that, you know, it raises out, which I don't suppose it's too bad, is it really? I don't know. It probably would look better if I did curve it, wouldn't it? The glass, if you did the glass inside, it would be sharing the block with the ramp, so you couldn't do that. But now I've looked at that, I'm thinking maybe I should just do the glass on the outside. There's plenty of places to attach. In fact, it's not going to have anywhere to attach because it's going to be running along the side of the line, so we know where to attach it to. Let me test it on this next one I'm doing. See how it's going to work.
It means stick it in the glass in completely in a block.
Oh, so it's set back one, but then have the oblige. Could do, but I'm gonna then. You've got the issue that if this was really on Mars, you'd have collections of dust sitting inside, and you don't really want that. It needs to be a flush building because of the height of it as well. You need to be somewhat aerodynamic. You'd be collecting bits of wind and that kind of stuff. I'm hoping I'm not deleting things that I don't want to be deleting here. That's connected to the bottom. That's good. See, this is where this is what's going to fall over. I can't put glass there. I can, I'll do it inside. A bit like what you're saying, but the other way around. Actually, this would work, so I can get rid of. Be careful when deleting here, I don't want the whole thing to fall off. Good. So if I put the glass inside like I've done there, it will pay off here. But then it's not going to look even. But that one I could do on the outside, but the rest of them could go on the inside. Or not, because I'm going to have the same problem here. I don't want to be alternating between inside and outside glass either, so that's another problem. That is going to be a pain. I definitely want to keep the glass flush with the outside of the building. That's a definite. Whether I build it on this block outside or inside, that can change. If I do it on the outside, that's good because it means I can get a curve. The problem I've got here is I can't put the block there because it's already taken by that curve, so that would have to be on the inside, meaning I then have to use inside and outside glass to get the effect that I want, which I'm thinking I might have to do because I think that's going to be worth it in the end, isn't it? And it's not going to be singular blocks either, is it? Which is even more of a problem, so I'm going to have to keep it square blocks. Maybe I shouldn't use that curve at all. Oh, I don't know, this is annoying now. Perhaps I should just do that and keep it to square and keep them inside. Keep the same rule all the way up the building. And it should look alright, I suppose, from a distance. No, it's not. The thing when you're building something this big, you can get away with little things like that.
Joshua, put the glass as you are doing it.
That's what I think, Josh. Yeah, I think it'll work.
He also says use 1x2 triangles.
That's what I was thinking, but if you look at what I've done, I've gone for the 1x1 squares. As soon as you start using a 2x1 triangle, you break that pattern, which I think in itself could be a bit of a deal breaker, so to speak. Oh, I'm having a clash of ideas here. I'm going to keep to what I've done there for now, just see how it looks on this one side. And then have a look at it, step back and have a look and see if we're happy with it. If we are, good show, we'll carry on to the other side. If not, then we'll go and change it.
Nova says maybe you should first lay out a different level inside the building.
Levels inside the building are going to be pretty much dictated by how the outside of the building looks and how the lift's going to work. Those levels in here are going to be different, but from looking outside from inside, it's going to look pretty impressive anyway. Yeah. But I'm trying to keep to the same rule, keeping to square windows. Okay, that's going to cross the top of there, so yeah, we'll get away with that. No, that way. Up here, behave yourself. Need to replace some blocks still as well, so I better do it now before I delete any more. Oh, for a second then I thought I got that wrong, but that should be okay. Should be okay. That worked. Good, good. I've got this one to do, haven't I? But I feel like I've just done that. It can go, yeah, that's fine. I'm having to double think every time I delete here, I'm just so paranoid. Okay, let's put this slope in. I do wish King gave us a few extra blocks, because to be honest, block sharing, that would be nice. Because then we really could get some decent styling done.
Compound blocks has been a thing for a long time now, dude. People have been wanting that for a while.
Yeah.
And Keen said they might transfer it if it's possible, but that was, 4 years ago.
Well, I can understand the complications in it, but it's not impossible. But it could add quite a bit to the demand on people's games.
It's not impossible.
Definitely not impossible, definitely not, yeah.
Medieval Engineers hasn't.
But Medieval Engineers doesn't have certain things that Space Engineers has, that's where the complexity is.
I would love to see what Medieval Engineers doesn't have that you're referring to.
A lot of components that rely on different ways of using physics.
Yep, they have that.
They've got physics, but to a different degree in medieval engineers. They don't have to worry about.
They've got the full-on structural integrity that you're worried about in that.
All right.
They've got more
Trent,
physics.
Let me stop you there, mate. Gravity.
Yeah, they have that.
Yeah. How many values are there in medieval engineers? One.
The same as Space Engineers.
No, it's not the same as Space Engineers. No, because Space Engineers has different gravity values for different planets and different distances from the planet. You haven't got that dimension. You haven't got that in medieval engineers.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It's the same engine.
I'm sorry, Trent. I've got to disagree with you here. You don't know programming the way that it's done.
All right, now you're just getting insulting. You're insulting my own intelligence here. I'll catch you later.
I bit of all nerve. Sorry, Trent, but I had to stand up for that one because I know that there's a difference, and that's what it is. But basically, what I'm getting at is the game has differences in the way it uses certain things. They both have physics, but they're in different amounts, different ratios.
Yeah.
And some of those things encroach on other aspects of the game in different ways, which is why you can do compound blocks in medieval engineers and you can't in space engineers. It's also been explained by Keen as well.
Alright.
This side bit here is quite slim. Trying to get glass up there might be pushing it. I'm going to put these angle blocks on first, don't I? That's not connected. I need to do the top ones. That was a secret, wasn't it? Placing these first.
Sorry about that. I had to curse in a different channel. You basically called me an idiot, and that's the quickest way to piss me off. I understand. I did hear what you said. I understand what the difference is. I understand that there is a difference, but I don't think it's as significant as you make it out to be.
I was just reiterating what Keen actually said, and
I understand what they said, and now I also understand that they were talking about merging the two. The reason why they haven't done it is because it's two separate teams altogether. I follow it as much as you do, dude. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just not saying that's the reason why it's not implemented.
not to worry.
How's this one? My C9.
That was it?
Person in chat. My 89.
I get pissed off by breathing wrong. It's just part of my nature.
Got a problem here with the way that's going to merge. I'm going to have to extend that, aren't I? Yeah, I'll do it that way. Trent. I just got to laugh because of the music that's playing.
The No 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 song?
Yeah.
How'd you guess?
Alright, well, that Corvette got tested. Successfully. I flew it from the surface of the freaking alien planet to the surface of the Terra planet, and yeah.
Good.
So, the thing I need to do is add some oxygen to it.
Okay, I think this is working out good. There we go, so that's working out. Glass sections were deleted. That look good. An even pattern as well.
Apparently, Trent, you need to stop breathing and smile.
Nope. It's just my nature, man. If I feel like I'm being disrespected, I get pissed off quick. It's there's nothing I can do about it. Beardie wasn't being disrespectful. That's just how I perceived it at the moment. And instead of bitching him out right there, I left. I calmed down a second, and yeah, we moved on. Beardie did nothing wrong. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. It's just a circumstance, and it was taken care of.
We've been there, done that before, haven't we, Trent?
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's just the way it is. The way we operate.
I'm liking
You know how
that pattern.
you know how I know I like Beardie? As I haven't told him off yet, even though I felt like I've been slighted a couple times.
And it goes both ways as well, so, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I know Beardie likes me. Well enough, anyway.
But they're now quoting Beardie.D.
They're quoting Beardie, but most foot thing ever.
It happens.
Yeah, let's keep us. A vibrating seat cushion for Christmas.
Actually, that would hurt the hell out of my shoulder. I would never use it.
You're supposed to sit on it, not do handstands.
No, just the shaking, the vibration. It's like sneezing for me. It hurts like hell.
How do you shoot if you got a shoulder like that?
How do I shoot?
Yeah.
Relatively straight.
But I'm guessing it's got to hurt every time you pull the trigger.
Different kind of impact. I'm prepared for that.
No, I guess, yeah. Okay, how are we feeling so far? I was a bit iffy, the little bits down the side, but I think they need to be there for light in the building. I was like, It's an interesting pattern. I think once I've done the one above it, a few above it, that's really good.
Joshua likes it.
Yeah.
Dinova Charlie agrees. The way we handle things is definitely the way to handle things.
Yeah.
Roofs is getting cathedral vibes.
Yeah, he's got a bit of cathedral feel about it, but that's kind of the thing I went for a way. I wanted to give a little bit of a decorative feel about it. And so from a distance, that looks pretty awesome actually.
Be thankful Eska doesn't see that.
See what?
That.
Why? I'll get you what you mean now, yeah. But actually, I think stopping the windows there actually probably looks better than continuing up any further. If I carry on the windows, it might be over the top. Right now, I think that looks just perfect. Obviously, do it on the other side, but don't go any higher the windows now, because I need to start building other bits on, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Hey.
Let's go inside and look out. Got a few blocks there that I can now get rid of, I think. Oh no, I can't, can I?
How you going so far?
That needs to be there. But actually, think about this. That can be built inside as some part of the... Yeah, that can be used inside at some point. Oh, there's some damage there. Interesting. Must have as it fell out, it pushed back. If I was actually the character with the tool that I need. Right, let's just go in here, let's go here, control space, and now I'm in here. Yeah, that would be from where I cut the bit off and it fell out. Okay, it's not fixed that. Okay. Why is that? Fix the damage, but it didn't fix the damage.
Grind it back. Delete it, put another one.
Yeah. Saying that. That's good, yeah.
You could theoretically put them 1x1 slopes there.
1x1 slopes?
Yeah, no, the glass. The angled one, the single one. Wouldn't that go from one glass to the other?
Oh, you mean instead of that block, do a 1-to-1? I think I know what you mean there, yeah. So
Instead of having the sharp edge.
could do, but so like basically do that, but in place of that block.
Well, yeah.
Could do, but then you've got the issue of what to do when you get to there. I mean, I could take it up to, I could get rid of them two and take it up to there, I suppose. But then you just have these random blocks like this in the middle. That would probably look quite bad. I mean, if you look at it, the idea is that this is it's so big, it's resolution we're looking at, isn't it? So from a distance, from that, I like that. I think that looks good.
It does look good from distance.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's duplicate it around the other side now. Try not to delete anything we don't want to delete. But the secret is to put these on top first. In fact, you know what? We've got a few around here we need to get done. Let's get a few of these in place whilst we're here. Now they've got them chosen with the T key, it won't mess us around. There we go. Let's go around the whole structure and place these where they need to be placed. Need to turn this light off. Really quite bright it is with the sun on it. Oh, it's about to set. This is going to start looking really smart in a minute. Hoping to have the lights done by now though.
Nice. That way I give bad advice.
Poor Adam. He's usually really good. I think he's just having a bit of an off day.
That's holiday. Give me a break.
It was a good idea, but it wasn't. I can see where he was going. It made sense.
Everyone has a bad idea, and everyone has a good one.
The problem is when you're building with limited blocks, you've got to be careful because one good idea can lead to another bad idea. So, good to try and keep the bad ideas to a minimum from the start. But there are many good ideas that Adam's given us. That's one of the things I like about building on a stream, because you do things you would have always missed out. And what I mean by that is not only just when I delete a block be reminded, but also, you know, I'll be placing blocks and I'll totally miss something. There's a block I could have placed that would have made it look 1,000 times better, and I've not thought about doing it, but someone else in the stream has mentioned it, and that's happened so many times, and it's really made a difference to the builds. I mean, my build quality has definitely improved since doing streams. And my build technique and methods have changed as well because of that. I think this is going to smooth this out quite a lot, really. This is the easy bit. Deleting the 2 blocks below and replacing it is the pain in the backside. What am I doing? Come on. Right, this one needs to go one higher because of the blocks. I've got a feeling I'm going to find a problem in a minute when I go up here. Yeah, that's okay, so okay, this is gonna be weird. Yeah, it's what I said just now. I'm gonna start hitting a problem I have. No, that can go 90 degrees because that's gonna be the angle one. That can now be. That should work there. I think. Yeah, that should work. I'll replace the block behind, that'll take place, yeah. I think, yeah. Yeah, we've got that half stuff, but we've got to count the rest because I might be doing other building around that anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Transfer it all into slope blocks. I could actually probably put. Oh no, because I'm doing this slide. So yeah, it's nice having these ridges though. You get this on buildings. It's an actual architectural style, so it's not really an issue. Okay, and that. I've already done it around there, haven't I? I should have probably really rounded that one off. Okay, like that. That is really bright on there now, isn't it? The whole base casting shadow apart from this part. Maybe we're going to have to put sodas on top, but you're not going to be able to get enough on there to make it worthwhile. But I think sodas around the top of the donut ring would be good though. Could look pretty good. Okay, what have we got to do? It's really difficult. I'm going the other side, it might be easier. Got left. I've got to do the bottom parts. The top parts, have I done them all? Oh no, there we go. Missed a few here. Maybe after the build, make a soda dish. A soda dish with soda panels. I suppose because the size I'm building on, we could do something like that. It's just hard to make a dish out of something that's so flat. It just have to be just a flat panel. I'm not sure how I can make soda panels look decent, to be honest. Okay, that's weird, it moved. Got placed in the right place. Right. A few here to do. You get to a point where you think, I wish I hadn't started doing this now. But it'll be worth it when it's done. So that is going to work around here, isn't it? Please work. Yes, it is. Good. Thank God for mirror mode, to be honest. Right, from there upwards I'm going to leave it because that's going to be subject to change. But from there downwards, I think we're good. Need to do the bottom parts now, and that'll change the look of that quite a lot. That will. Yes. Okay.
8 o'clock stream starts in half hour.
Sorry?
Your 8 o'clock stream starts in half hour.
Yeah, we might have to come off in about a quarter of an hour. I'll grab a quick break and then come back on with part 3, I suppose. Because I think that's what we'll be doing. Has everybody's got any better ideas? Okay. Thank God for the T key, because otherwise this would be taking a lot longer.
Thank God for mirror.
And that as well, yeah. T and mirror. T and mirror, there you go. That sound too vain, do I?
Nova's just been on about it. The old days where there was no mirror mode.
God, yeah. Back in that day, we didn't have mirror mode.
But it could do with a bit of tweaking though, couldn't it?
The mirror mode could do, yeah. It'd be nice to be able to actually flip the mirrors as well, so you can actually build a bit cleverly. But I can see how that could be a real problem, because as it is, there's some blocks that don't work with mirror mode already. But adding that extra dimension of mirroring would really be confusing for it. Did that happen over there? I did. Are we digging this style? Is it working or does it look stupid? I know I like it, but is anybody else thinking, ugh, what's he building? Why is he wasting his time on that?
Well, it looks good.
Well, it looks good.
I'm waiting for chat to say something, to be honest.
We'll go, oh, for God's sake, I keep going to full screen mode and I keep going back to go chat now. Why is he keep asking us to chat all the time? That is a bit of a bummer about YouTube. that if you're in full screen mode, you don't have to go back to type. And
Joshua, personally, I prefer slopes, but in this build, it works.
yeah, I like slopes as well. I always tend to do a lot of slope building. But because of the fact we went big with resolution and using this Minecraft shape builder, I figured, you know what, I'm going to embrace it. Let's see what we can make. You don't typically get this kind of build in Space Engineers. I want to do something different, something new.
This is a bit cynical. Once it's smooth, at least there won't be any ledges.
If anyone falls off the top, someone's in a suicidal mood.
A little bit. Nova said it looks somewhat interesting.
It is. I'm liking it. I think it's
Different, you don't see it.
yeah.
Not seen it anywhere else.
The smoothing I'm doing around the side though, it's starting to make these edges stand out more. So I may have to resort to slopes, but I don't really want to, because if I could have like that block, I suppose I could just do squares behind. Actually, thinking about it, yeah, I could do squares behind, couldn't I? Instead of having that block, I could have a square window behind. Okay, it look a bit naff from inside, but I can always cover that somehow. That would work down there. Would it work here? I'd have to do a curve here then, wouldn't I? No, I'd have to do the glass on the outside, and I wouldn't have those lines across, because a 2x1 would mean that there would be no line. That line wouldn't exist. It would be a smooth panel, which would look weird. It would break up this effect I've got. It doesn't matter what option you take, there's always going to be a sacrifice, you know, so you've got to kind of figure out what's the best result of it all. I mean, I think the secret is to always step back a second and take a look, and it doesn't look too bad then. Actually, it's quite nice. I really like that. Even just some little thin slivers down the side, it just adds something. When it's lit up inside, and then from a distance, that'll look awesome. Which hopefully we can get done before the sun actually sets. Which is technically already happened, but for some reason we can see it through the mountain. If you get rid of all the square blocks around the windows and replace them with either slope windows, panels, or square blocks, we smooth it out on the inside with glass. I know what you're saying about smoothing it out. It's the whole issue with moving. Well, I suppose my OCD about these lines being there. I mean, let me do one to show you what we could do. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Can we get rid of that carefully? Yes. Okay. So this is what I would do if I was going to do this the way that I've got in mind. That the right block would help. So you get that smooth kind of line there on the inside, but then it obviously means we can't place the blocks on the inside there, but we can do them on the outside. And I didn't really want to have that up and down sort of effect, but to be honest, it's not something you're going to see as much as we see in this square at the moment, so it probably is the less of two evils. But there's another issue here. If I can find the right block, I can never remember which key it is. That's the one. And that's another thing as well, this block itself has issues. But yeah, if you place this block on the outside, like that, okay, like I said, it's a slightly different level, but you don't really notice that from a distance at all compared to the block. So that looks good, but I haven't got I should have a line there. There should be a line going across there, and it's annoying me. But you're right, when you get from distance, you don't see that anyway. So maybe we should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would be the best.
He's done about somewhere else.
Well, the ones, the others,
the sides.
the sides over here.
Yeah, I think.
What do you mean, like putting glass on this part?
Possibly. Either there or just further around. That there, smoothing that off.
I do and I don't. I'm liking these lines. I don't think they're a problem. It's part of the style, you see. That's what I'm feeling. You could literally add these to it, or just replace those with them. But then you've got to bear in mind how it's going to fit in with that. I have to change some of them blocks to those, and then changing the shape of it quite dramatically. Those lines I kind of like.
They'd know the wall immediately behind the wall you were at.
The wall immediately behind the one I
Where
was
you were
at.
just doing that.
This
slide.
here, the wall behind. I think I know what you mean. You got to put a wall back behind. I don't really need it as long as it looks good from the outside. I'm not so worried about the inside because the inside's going to have a different build anyway. Move the problem from the outside to the inside.
It's hard to understand what he's on about.
I think is he on about sorting out that one, that angle? Because that one, I'll just put these blocks behind it. That's not a problem.
Possibly.
Let's go. Where was I doing that up here? If I get rid of that one and that one. Okay. I'll just do that. And then from the outside it looks fine. I get the lines that I wanted. The inside I'm not so bothered because I'm actually going to build stuff inside that will cover that anyway. Could have helped Neela cut, that's pretty cool. Oh, blimey, I just had a thought. Look. When you're in here looking up with the light coming through.
Nova says he thinks the squares look better.
Oh, don't say it, Nova. Now I've done that. Where have I just done that one outside of the other side, isn't it? We should have done it both sides. Oh, there you go, look. So, doing like that, you see, that was quite smart. So, I don't mind that, actually. I mean, missing that line, it's not such a big deal when you zoom out. It does look a bit smoother, a bit nicer, actually. Well, you can't really tell, actually, at distance. I mean, compare that one I've just changed to one above and below it, not a great deal of difference.
From a distance, when you get close.
Smoother panels. Let's do that. It's more work, but let's do that. The blocks behind the angle, he meant that one. That's what you're on about, Goose. They're doing that basically. That was an easy fix. I just didn't want to do the smooth on one side and not on the other. I wanted it to be identical. But now I've done this, the thing that was annoying me was not having a line there and this sticking out. But you know what? That's barely noticeable when you think about the scale of things. I mean, I'm prepared to get away with that squareness there and that looks okay at a distance. I mean, when you get to about there, it doesn't look so bad. But with the other alternative, when you get to a closer, it's only when you get to connect there, probably going to be different when you go out there, it looks better there, so that is a better option to go for because of these lines you don't see, and it's not even a major issue that line missing really, is it? It's just me being an idiot.
You can always change the colour of the frame. Might hide it a bit.
Yeah, we could do as well.
Black.
That's an idea actually, yeah, changing the colour of the frame would sort that out, wouldn't it?
No,
okay, I think we've got a plan.
Don't forget the entrance door to the city complex.
As in this centre part down here. This here is going to be joined up. I'm going to smooth that out up to there, so that might take up a little bit yet. Yeah, that will join up anyway. I'll figure that out and I'll have some sort of... I want an airlock, so I'm going to have some doors here and some doors here, or slightly set in maybe, so the airlock's fairly large so you can get vehicles in. Because the idea is you've got to bring small vehicles down here. I mean, this is pretty huge in here. I mean, small blocks wise, that's what, 5, 10, 15 small blocks high. There's quite a few vehicles that are less than 15 high, especially the width here. But this will be one long corridor. There'll be an airlock here going into the tunnel going that way, and one there going that way, but this will be open straight through. Airlock at the end there, airlock at the end there. When I say airlock, it is going to be open all the time. It only closes an airlock when there's a shut down of the base because of a risk or something.
So that there is a good picture.
Hang on, I'm going to go back
tunnel.
in. in the tunnel. The tunnel's always good pictures,
Yeah,
isn't
looking
it?
up.
Was we looking up at the main tower then?
Yeah. Through the glass.
Blimey, that is actually pretty awesome.
Said
And we've
no, the north, east, south, and west gate.
The gate itself on the outside of the donut. What
I
do
think
you
so,
mean?
yeah.
Don't forget the entrance doors. So, yeah, that would be good when we do the entrance doors. I'm still debating whether to just use airtight hanger doors or make my own doors. They don't need to be airtight either, so I'm tempted to just do my own doors. It'd be pretty cool. Right, F12 that. That'll be the thumbnail, I think, for the next video. But you know what? We should probably take a break for 15 minutes and come back and start the third build for the 8 o'clock stream. Sound like a plan, Adam?
Yeah, I'm up for that. Grooves just said, looks nice and imposing.
It does, doesn't it? I think it makes a statement. Not having the rounded edges everywhere kind of shows that it's strong and bold. The centre of command, that kind of thing.
I'm just glad Eska hasn't seen it yet.
Still not big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Alright guys, we'll take a 15-minute break. Please do make sure you can join us for 15 minutes, that'd be great. Having you on board, your input's always appreciated. I do love your input, even if I don't listen to it. But no, we do some great builds on these streams, it's really good fun. And this is going to look amazing when it's done. And it'd be nice to get these lights in as well shortly, because the sun, the next hour or two, I think we're going to get pretty dark here. So we get some lights inside, it will really show off from distance, it'll look pretty amazing. But yeah, cheers Adam again as always. Cheers Trent for being on as well.
Yep.
And I'll catch you all in 15 minutes. Take care, see you then.